Thank you, Bill. My name's David Haken, and I've been a board member for probably 36 years. If KKFI's been involved with Cross Currents 35 years, because I got to a point on the KKFI board that I decided to go to Cross Currents and convince them to put folk music on the radio. And once I saw how the Cross Currents board functioned, I quit the KKFI board and joined the Cross Currents board. And so the Songwriters Circle came about because Dave Leiser and I went down to the Kerrville Folk Festival, which is a songwriters festival in Texas. And I just wanted somebody to help me drive 15 hours, you know? And so we camped and played all night till the sun came up. And at that time, songwriters didn't have venues. They certainly never got paid. It was really cutthroat. And we decided to have song circles on a regular basis, like in Kerrville. And it totally turned not only the songwriting community, but the Kansas City and its venues around. And we've been meeting every month ever since, with a few exceptions. Closed down a lot of coffee houses. So about 30 years ago, we were a lot younger. And I thought it'd be really funny to write a song about when we were old. Well, I haven't been playing that song very much lately, but I dusted it off for this event. It's called Shady Rest Home, and the names were not changed to protect the guilty. Welcome to the Shady Rest Home. Old folk singers never die. They just move a little farther to the left. And folk singers, shady rest home, shady rest home, shady rest home. Hand me down that bent hickory walker. Yeah, the one with a built-in tambourine. Strap me in there good and tight now, so we can pick and sing, pick and sing. Well, Judy still does some clogging with just a little less spank. This machine kills fascists scrawled across her oxygen tank. Oxygen tank, oxygen tank. Welcome to the Shady Rest Home. Old folk singers never die. They just move a little farther to the left. And the folk singers, shady rest home, shady rest home, shady rest home. Well, everything stopped working or gone haywire. Yeah, all of our body parts are sold. Don't ask me about the ones who've left us. You see, they're just gone on the road. And our act, well, just isn't quite ready yet. Ready yet. Ready yet. The whole gang went down to the State House to stop a bill that would censor and cram. The police couldn't lift a finger. They still hadn't built their wheelchair ramp. Wheelchair ramp. Wheelchair ramp. Kathy and Steve formed a duo. Well, they forget that they're married about once a week. Our newlyweds sure steam up the window. You should hear that concertina squeak. Concertina squeak. Concertina squeak. Welcome to the Shady Rest Home. Old folk singers that never die. They just move a little farther to the left. At the folk singers' Shady Rest Home. Shady Rest Home. Shady Rest Home.
All right. Well, I want a show of hands. How many remember Step Buddy Anderson? All right. Well, I do too. And for those of you who don't know who he was, he played with Charlie Parker as a trumpeter and got tuberculosis, which ended that career. And when we knew him, he was actually playing trumpet again too then. But when we knew him, he was a piano player. He stumbled into the Foolkiller one night, or one afternoon, when I think Bob Sukil and a few other people were in there, and said, "Could I play your piano?" And they said, "Sure." And he was a fabulous piano player. And at that time, he was an older man, and you couldn't understand much of what he said, but he was still a great, kind person and a great musician. So I wrote the song a couple of years ago called Ode to Step Buddy. Now, he was a jazz man. I've been working on jazz. So I decided I was going to write a jazz song and get out of my other kind of folk routine. So I picked one of the hardest progressions of songs I didn't know. I didn't know it was hard when I picked it. I went down, I don't know that song, I'm going to do that progression. But then it's taken me a couple of years to learn how to play it. How you blew that horn, Mr. Trumpet Man, and wailed it while they danced the night away. And they danced, 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 swinging in Birdland, when a terrible cough took your breath away. On a keyboard that made no sound, you learned to play. So please play a tune, Mr. Piano Man. Keep playing while they dance the night away. And it's true, for 20 years he learned to play the keyboard mostly by playing on a fake keyboard. Imagine that, all you musicians out there. When a terrible cough took your breath away, on a keyboard that made no sound, you learned to play. So please play a tune, Mr. Piano Man. Keep playing while we dance the night away.
Thank you, Mom.
So hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Is this thing on? My name is Jake Carmack, and I've been writing songs about 10 years now, I think. Has it been more than that? No. Well, anyway, I met Dave quite a while back when I first started writing songs, getting excited about playing outside my own house. And one thing led to the other. We ended up, my wife Angela and I started a Songwriters Circle, and we coordinated with Dave, so be on the right evening. We wouldn't be taken from anybody else. And did that in Mission for a while, and then that was at the Vala Gallery with Penny Thema. I don't know if you know her. And then we went to down across the street from Grinders with Ruthie Becker at the Gallery 504. And at one point, we had really too many people. He would show up, and everybody got to do one song, you know, because it was just a real popular thing that we did. And of course, Dave was there many times, and I appreciate his mentorship as a songwriter. Now he's a recorder. He records people and does all sorts of wonderful things. But I didn't know you were working with KKFI all those years.
Yeah, I was telling people to donate to the radio station, and they said, "What does it sound like?" Well, we're not on the air yet, but it's going to be great. So I'm going to do one of the songs that I wrote like way back when. So it's one of my first ones. Actually, my wife and I had gone to Nashville, and I got inspired while I was there by something I saw at the Grand Ole Opry. But it's a strange story, and you're probably going to expect a country song out of me, but that's not what happened. So this one's called In the Kitchen. Bread last night, lost my head. I'm gonna make you something sweet, something you might like to eat on. Last night I lost my head, I'm so sorry for the things I said. Maybe I'll wake up today. Maybe I could buy some flowers. Maybe we could talk for hours. Maybe I could clean this place. Move so, make some space. Maybe you still love me, cause I love you on bended knee. And maybe we'll make out today. Stay after dark. Maybe we would have some fun, staying late, chasing the sun. Maybe we could fly to the moon, counting those stars and singing a tune. And maybe we'll make out today. I turn around and there you stand, your toothbrush sealed in your hand, big tears rolling down your cheeks. I thought you'd be mad at me for weeks. She said, maybe we took it too far, how about we stay away from the bar, and maybe then we'll find a way. Oh baby, I love you, there's nothing I wouldn't do to make it all up to you. Last night I lost my head, I'm so damn sorry for the things I said, baby. Oh baby, Thank you, Jay. I always get choked up with that song. It's like a movie where the couple breaks up and then there's that wonderful scene where they get back together. So I thought this would be a good time to kind of say, why have a Songwriters Circle? And what we found back in the day was that people that were great songwriters would get up at an open mic and do covers, would get out and do a show and do covers, and they didn't have the confidence to play their original songs out. And there's something special about getting songwriters together and saying, tonight, it's only originals. And to get a sense of their songs, because one of the things that's really hard for songwriters is to know if what they've got is a real keeper or a dog. And so one of the things we did was kept people writing, because they knew when they came every month, people would ask, do you have a new song? And so that was such a common complaint that we put out song challenges or song prompts every time. And it was really cool because people would write challenge songs or they'd bring a new song. And there's only one thing wrong with it. I was the one putting out the challenge, so I had to bring a new song every damn month, every year, every decade. I think I've missed a couple of months. So I have too many songs. But this was a challenge song, and it was to write a song about a historical figure. And so I'm thinking, okay, so what sings well? Galileo, all those, long vowels, great. Except I couldn't remember anything about Galileo. So I go to the library and I get a children's book about Galileo, and I open it up and there's all this drama. So this is the eyes of Galileo. At times, I use the phrase, the eyes of Galileo, for the small and large lens of the telescope. I hope that this letter brings courage, my friend. It's hard in Barberini's jailhouse, I know. So I hid in this pail my very best pair of the eyes of Galileo. They can shackle your hands and feet to bar you from me, your tormented heads hanging low. But at night when they're sleeping, you can travel the stars with the eyes of Galileo. Thinking's not free, my friend, it's just like the soil. The Duke's got the deed long ago. But I dream of a time when our words will be as free as the eyes of Galileo. I spoke with your daughter. She asked if your work is mathematics, some irreverent joke. She wonders if numbers are magic that fool the eyes of Galileo. I said a ship needs men pulling on ropes to set sail, but the one with a sextant they follow. We reach the shores of some new world, we'll thank the eyes of Galileo. Thinking's not free, my friend, it's just like the soil. The Duke's got the deed long ago. But I dream of a time when our words will be as free as the eyes of Galileo. Some say that the devil works in your spyglass, but he points us to what is base and low. Your vision of heaven is just clearer than most through the eyes of Galileo. So don't be ashamed if they make you recant, for your truth will not into hiding go. Even if I went blind, I would count myself blessed to have the eyes of Galileo. Thinking's not free, my friend, it's just like the soil. The Duke's got the deed long ago. But I dream of a time when our words will be as free as the eyes of Galileo.
Well, the older I get, the more I realize that your life is made up of everything you've been through, but not so much the circumstances, but what you did with them. And my father was a Southern Baptist preacher, and I got good and bad things from that, but knowledge of the Bible actually was a good thing. And just in case you're not real knowledgeable of the Bible, I'm going to sing this song. It's going to have some stuff in here that's thumped all the time, and some stuff you probably never heard of. Left-handed or a homosexual are things you shouldn't be. It'll send you straight to hell. That's what the Bible says. And if you're having sex with anyone who's not your spouse, then you're living in sin. That's what the Bible says. But if your wife is cheating on you, you can put her aside in divorce. That is, if you don't stone her first. That's what the Bible says. But if your marriage just turns sour, or if you are the wife, it's till death do us part. Makes you think about hurrying it along. If it's not your first rodeo as husband or wife, and either ex is still alive, you guessed it, you're living in sin. But you can own a slave or three from a neighboring country. So get yourself a Canadian or Mexican or Russian if you live in Alaska. Now's the time to send a warning. If you go to Canada or Mexico, be extra vigilant because they read the same Bible there. If every word of the Bible is true, I guess I have to wonder about a few. What if hard times come my way, can I sell a daughter or two? So now this is my favorite verse. You can repeat the last line with me. Well, with so many of us living in sin, I think this is what we should do. Join me for a party tonight on the hellbound train. And we'll all have a party tonight on the hellbound train.
So when I started writing songs, I started thinking about writing songs a lot more. It was always great going to the Song Circle and you'd hear all these different styles that you just never even would have conceived. And it's always been it was always an inspiration to just kind of listen to the muse, see where it takes you. And this particular song, I was playing around with some chords and I found something that I liked, and I was playing this for my wife, and all of a sudden I literally had this vision, a scene in my mind, and spent the rest, like 2 hours, and wrote the whole song. So, but I don't know where this comes from, or where these things originate. You just kind of go with what you got. So this one's called The Embankment. They lined up on the embankment. They stood break of day. The sun rose over the horizon on the morning They lined up for the blessing that tomorrow could never bring. And the river was calm, it was tranquil, and it carried away their hopes and their dreams. And the sun rose over the night trees, cast their long shadow, their last day on the river, muddy and broken, where they stood could not be moved. Their guns and their rifles, they were ready to fire on man. Oh, to know the ending of the blessings this life can bring. Are they lined up like a revival for redemption? Their past deeds. All the London, the lines cross on the water, down by the shore. All the London, for the ending. Forevermore. Thank you. So Dave always gives me a hard time for playing the guitar real hard. Okay, so I just wanted to point out that he's right. So that's led to a 5-piece band, and now you can't even hardly hear me. But also, it's actually because my wife would play a cello along with me, and she was always like pointing it right at me.
Yeah.
So I had to be able to hear the guitar.
Yeah, we thought we'd have to do a lot of workshops, performance and instruments and singing and stuff. And just seeing other people in the circle doing the same things wrong that you did, kind of the penny dropped, and people's performance ability as well as songwriting ability just kept going up and up and up as they were part of the circle. And we started out at Whistler's Mother coffee shop above Whistler's Books on Westport Road. And at that point, the performers sometimes outnumbered the audience. But by 4 years later, we had a lot of people that would just come to listen to the amazing variety of original stuff and the excitement of hearing a great song that's played out for the first time. I have so many great memories of fabulous songs where I was there the first time it was played out. And it got to the point where we needed a new venue, and I talked Mildred's Coffee House in downtown Overland Park to pay us $50 to come in once a month and provide music, original music. And to my surprise, they said yes. And at one point I looked around and we had people up playing their original songs, and I counted 50 people in the audience, and you could hear a pin drop. Everybody was listening. And the only problem is that they closed at 11. And so we would go outside, and we were all just really jazzed up and wanting to play more songs, and they had benches out there. We'd, open up our guitar cases and play more original songs, swap songs on the benches. And Barb Giamalvo said, well, this is stupid. Why don't you come over to our place? And so we would caravan all the way to Raytown, where Chuck and Barb had this great big music room. And we would go in there and play jam tunes and original tunes till 2 or 3 in the morning. And they hosted this for a long time. And so here's a song I wrote. It's really about, our music community in general, but also as an homage to, someone who was really instrumental in keeping that community going, because that's really what was missing, was a community, holding that space of community for the songwriters. This has some very old references that I'm looking out, and I'm pretty sure most of you will get. Sometimes I play this and it's looking in the movie section just the other day. 2 slashers and a sequel 4 and a spy that got away. So on my satellite TV I surf 500 waves, but the infomercials told me how I should change my ways. I was bound for culture, so I read a magazine. Diet pills and famous drunks and naked people jeans. I have to lean on friends when this world's too much to face. Let's gather up our instruments, go to Barbara's place. Let's all go to Barbara's place, the evening still is young. The coffee house has closed, but there's songs to be sung. Like a wood fire in the winter when the north wind chills your bones. That auto harp and fiddle bring the angels home. There's a song to be sung. There's a song to be sung. Oh, there's a song to be sung. At Barbara's place, the night is young. And if you lose that third verse to your old favorite song, she's got it in a book somewhere so we can sing along. She'd rather hear our squawking than any radio, 'cause when we sing what's in our heart, tears and laughter flow. And if you're tired of picking, you can wander through her rooms. And if your demons follow you, she's there beside you soon. She'll take you underneath her wing like feathers from on high. She'll talk away your bluest blues till you finally sigh. Let's all go to Barbara's place, the evening still is young. Coffee house has closed, but there's songs to be sung. Like a wood fire in the winter when the north wind chills your bones. That auto harp and fiddle bringing the angels home. There's a song to be sung. There's a song to be sung. Oh, there's a song to be sung. At Barbara's place, the night is young. There's a song to be sung. There's a song to be sung. Oh, there's a song to be sung. At Barbara's place, the night is young. There's a song to be sung. There's a song to be sung. Oh, there's a song to be sung. At Barbara's place, the night
did Ode to Step Buddy. I had a little bit of problem holding back a tear or two, and Barbara didn't have any trouble holding back, or not holding back tears on that. There's Barbara of Barbara's Place over there. Well, I'm actually going to do Blessing to the Dreamer instead of telling Steve Mason. This is a song I wrote quite a while ago, and Lauren, you're part of the inspiration for this. I rented a house from him in the 70s, and there was this pile of lumber out in the backyard and some other things, and when it snowed, it was beautiful. So you got a reference in there. And when I was a kid, we moved to out in the country in Texas, and my dad got really excited early on, said, "Come out, you can see the Milky Way." Well, I was 7, and I went out and looked at the sky, and I was looking for that candy bar in the sky, just couldn't find it. But anyway, the Milky Way, my sister and I would get flashlights, and we'd shine them up and see the beam of our flashlight just line up with the Milky Way. So there's all sorts of references. But anyway, this song really is about my adult life. I've been extremely blessed to be around weird people. Some of them are musicians and artists and thespians and writers. And so this is really for a blessing to the dreamer. May your mannequins put on rainbow robes and dance in your parade. May a portal open when you need to escape. And when you leap over buildings, may you wear a trusty cape. May you always have love and never be afraid. May your castle be honored by kings and queens, whether sculpted from ice or sand. May your pipe dream be a kaleidoscope, and may your balloon never land. May the snow transform your piles of junk to a Frank Lloyd Wright design. May the flashlight beam with the Milky Way align. May the face in the moon forever be a sign that waiting for you is your favorite Valentine. May your castle be honored by kings and queens, whether sculpted from ice or sand. May your pipe dream be a kaleidoscope, and may your balloon never land. May your foes all be windmills, and a sequoia be your friend. Steadfast, undaunted by the wind. And when you get your invitation, the final banquet to attend, may your painted pony take you to your rainbow's end.
So obviously, you were supposed to be last.
We get to close this out, Jake.
No, I get to listen to another.
I'm not shooting cowboy. I'm not what you see. I'm not shooting what you see. I can see the daylight in your eyes at night, the shadows as they draw down the line. The moon sits on the horizon, and the trees gently sway to the sound of love in your heartbeat, and the way I know you'll stay. Say goodbye to life as you know it. In the moment you might as well say goodbye to the nights that's unknowable, and say hello to a blanket of clouds as the wheel of life pulls the light from your eyes. Please know I'll be there. Turn of the wheel is insatiable as it pulls on the strings of our lives.